The Colossus Before the Storm, Mapping the Russian Empire on the Eve of World War I. Ever wondered just how vast the Russian Empire was before the cataclysm of World War I reshaped the world? Join us as we journey back in time to explore the empire's sprawling territories, a mosaic of cultures and conquests stretching across continents. This documentary aims to provide an in-depth look at the territorial expanse of the Russian Empire on the eve of World War I. We will explore the historical context, strategic importance, and cultural diversity of the regions under its control. Our goal is to educate history enthusiasts and the general public alike. By the dawn of the 20th century, the Russian Empire stood as a colossal power, its tendrils reaching across Europe and Asia. This wasn't accidental, it was the result of centuries of calculated expansion, driven by military might, shrewd diplomacy, and the relentless pursuit of strategic advantage. The empire's growth was a complex tapestry woven with threads of conquest, alliance, and assimilation. From the frozen expanses of Siberia to the fertile lands of Ukraine, the Russian Empire encompassed a breathtaking diversity of landscapes and peoples. The heartland of the Russian Empire lay in Europe, a region vital for its economic and political power. Here, the empire controlled key territories that shaped its identity and influence on the continent. Finland, once part of Sweden, became an autonomous Grand Duchy within the Russian Empire in 1809. This acquisition provided Russia with crucial access to the Baltic Sea, enhancing its naval power and trade capabilities. The Finns enjoyed a degree of self-governance, a unique position within the empire. Established in 1815 by the Congress of Vienna, Congress Poland was intended to be a nominally autonomous kingdom under Russian rule. However, Polish aspirations for independence were repeatedly suppressed, leading to uprisings and the gradual erosion of its autonomy. The November Uprising of 1830–1831 marked a turning point, leading to stricter Russian control. Estonia, Livonia, and Courland, comprising modern-day Estonia and Latvia, were integrated into the empire during the 18th century. These Baltic governorates were characterized by a significant German-speaking aristocracy who played a crucial role in the region's economic and administrative life. The Baltic ports were vital for Russian trade with Western Europe. Following the Russo-Turkish War, 1806–1812, Russia annexed Bessarabia, the eastern part of the Principality of Moldavia. This region, now part of Moldova and Ukraine, was strategically important for controlling the Dniester River and securing access to the Black. The Caucasus region, a mountainous land bridge between Europe and Asia, was a theater of intense rivalry between Russia, Persia, and the Ottoman Empire. Through a series of wars and treaties, Russia gradually extended its control over this strategically vital area. In the early 19th century, Russia consolidated its influence over the Georgian kingdoms, culminating in their full annexation. The Treaty of Georgievsk in 1783 had already established a Russian protectorate over eastern Georgia, paving the way for eventual incorporation into the empire. Georgia's strategic location and rich culture made it a valuable asset. Through the Russo-Persian Wars, 1804–1828, Russia gained control over significant portions of the South Caucasus, including territories that comprise modern-day Armenia and Azerbaijan. The treaties of Gulistan (1813) and Turkmenchay (1828) formalized these territorial gains. This region would later become a hotbed of ethnic and political tensions. The 19th century witnessed Russia's expansion into Central Asia, a region of vast deserts and ancient cities. This expansion was driven by economic interests, strategic considerations, and the desire to outmaneuver the British Empire in the Great Game. By the mid-19th century, Russia had gradually incorporated the territories of the Kokand Khanate, extending its reach deep into Central Asia. The Khanates of Khiva and Bukhara were also absorbed into the Russian Empire, further consolidating Russian influence in the region. These conquests brought the Silk Road trade routes under Russian control. From the 16th century onwards, Russian explorers and settlers moved eastward, gradually bringing Siberia under Russian control. This vast territory, rich in natural resources, became a crucial part of the empire. By the 19th century, Siberia was fully integrated into the Russian Empire, serving as a crucial source of resources and a buffer zone against other powers. It also became a place of exile for political prisoners and criminals, contributing to its unique cultural landscape. The Trans-Siberian Railway, completed in the early 20th century, further integrated Siberia into the empire. Between 1742 and 1867, the Russian-American Company administered Alaska as a colony. While Alaska was sold to the United States in 1867, its history as a Russian territory is a reminder of the empire's global reach. The Russian presence in North America extended as far south as Fort Ross in California. Through a series of treaties with Qing China, Russia secured concessions in Manchuria, including the Kwantung Leased Territory and the Chinese Eastern Railway. These concessions provided Russia with strategic military and economic advantages in East Asia. The establishment of Dalian as a free port further enhanced Russia's economic presence in the region. These moves allowed Russia to project its power into the Pacific and compete with other imperial powers in the region. Russia's influence extended into the Middle East, particularly in Persia, Iran, and the Ottoman Empire. This influence was exerted through diplomatic pressure, military intervention, and support for local uprisings. Through the Russo-Persian Wars, Russia expanded its influence in the Caucasus region and secured territories such as modern-day Armenia, Azerbaijan, and parts of Georgia. The Treaty of Turkmen in 1828 formalized this expansion, establishing Persia as a buffer state under Russian influence. Russia's influence extended into the Ottoman Empire's territories, particularly in the Balkans and along the Black Sea coast. This influence was exerted through diplomatic means and supported by local uprisings seeking independence from Ottoman rule. This involvement contributed to the growing tensions in the Balkans that would eventually trigger World War I. The Russian Empire was divided into various administrative units, including governorates and oblasts, each governed by officials appointed by the Tsar. This administrative structure facilitated the management of the empire's vast and diverse territories. This centralized control allowed the empire to maintain order and extract resources from its far-flung regions. However, it also led to resentment and resistance from local populations who felt marginalized by the Russian administration. The empire's expansion led to a mosaic of ethnicities, languages, and religions within its borders. While the majority were Eastern Orthodox Christians, significant populations of Muslims, Jews, and other religious groups coexisted. This diversity influenced the empire's cultural, social, and political dynamics, contributing to a rich but complex societal fabric. The empire struggled to manage this diversity, often resorting to policies of Russification that aimed to assimilate non-Russian populations. The vast territories of the Russian Empire were rich in natural resources, including timber, minerals, and fertile lands. This abundance supported the empire's agrarian economy and provided raw materials for emerging industrial sectors. Major cities like Moscow and Saint Petersburg became important centers of commerce and industry, facilitating trade both within the empire and with external partners. The empire's economic strength was a key factor in its ability to project power on the world stage. As we've seen, the Russian Empire on the eve of World War I was a sprawling, diverse, and complex entity. Its vast territories stretched across continents, encompassing a multitude of cultures, languages, and resources. But beneath the surface of imperial grandeur lay deep-seated tensions and contradictions. The war would expose these weaknesses, ultimately leading to the empire's collapse and the birth of a new era. Intrigued by the story of the Russian Empire? Dive deeper into this fascinating period of history. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth documentaries on world history. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts on the Russian Empire's legacy. Share this video with your friends and family who love history. Visit our website for additional resources, maps, and articles on the Russian Empire. Support our work by becoming a patron and helping us create more educational content.